Alright. Okay. Okay.
So that didn't stop me from coming up with a title anyway.
Alice! It's really you this time? Not a lantern or a dodo coat, but Alice in the flesh?
Oh, that's right. So, what do you think? How does it feel to finally meet me?
Pretty good, not gonna lie. Alice was pretty good.
You look like...
What is that supposed to mean, I'm the mother of Klee, Tivat's #1 cutie. How old could I possibly be?
Yeah, I guess even Clee's pretty young, so I guess she's probably just like what, late 20s, early 30s.
So she's a friend of yours?
Kind of. This is actually the first time we've seen her in person.
I see. Madam Mage, that was, quite a powerful entrance. I certainly won't be forgetting it anytime soon.
It's okay, Lauma, don't force it. Paimon will do the honors. This is Alice from the Hexen Circle. She's a friend of ours. And of Arcus, too. That's right. She's a good person, just kinda... unpredictable.
Well, what is the human heart if not unpredictable? If we could not do as we please, how would we differ from machines?
I am Lauma, Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I know. Before you got here, I spent a good, 15 minutes getting up to speed on Nodcry's present situation. In other words, I've read the whole in the last episode part, so we can skip the pleasantries.
Fair enough. Well, Miss Alice, I can already tell that you have quite a unique personality.
Unique personality. Huh. I feel like I would take that as an insult.
He'll get used to it. Paimon sure is. So anyway, what are you doing in Nodcry, Alice?
Oh, I thought I told you already. This time, I'm the final boss. And what a formidable foe I shall be. Powerful, confident, decisive, and good luck finding my weak spot. You will never succeed. Oh, drat! My one weakness, and you found it in an instant. Fate has been dealt a devastating blow. Thus falls the great Dodo King.
Why are you playing along with this nonsense?
For funsies, of course. What's wrong, Paimon? Are you disappointed in me? Am I a gigantic letdown?
No, it's just... you seem like a busy lady. And this is the one time you've shown up in person. Paimon figured it would be for something more high stakes than just goofing around.
Why is there red in Paimon's cape right now? Is that normally there?
You're quite right. I'm here in Nodcry because something big happened. Something big enough it caught the attention of the Hexen Circle. It concerns the 3 moons, Tivat's borders, and of course, the moon goddess you are currently searching for. Kind of. Why don't we discuss this over a pot of tea? My main reason for coming on this trip to Teyvat was, of course, to have some fun. But I do technically have a job to do as well, namely, maintaining the stability of Teyvat's borders. I'll skip over the complicated parts, but to sum it up, abyssal energies are all that lie beyond Teyvat's border. We'd find ourselves in a real pickle if they ever made it through. And the phantoms you've been seeing are a sign that the border has been disturbed.
Ah, no wonder they tend to show up around Moon Prayer Night.
Is it because the real moon is now so close to us that its power can cross the border?
In part, but only a negligible amount passes through. Just enough to influence the verdant crests and so on. And as you've noticed, there has been an unprecedented number of phantoms appearing this year. The influence of the moon beyond the border cannot explain this. No. There is another far greater factor at play. The trilunar syzygy.
A trilunar syzygy.
Eons ago, before the heavenly principles came to Teyvat, it was the then 3 moon goddesses who controlled the laws of this world.
Yeah, because the original dragon king, right? Hold on. What was the original dragon, the dragon sovereign king's, like, what was his name? I forgot. Do you even know? I don't know. But didn't he leave for a while or something? I don't know. But I know he made the moons, right? Didn't he? I don't know. Before the heavenly principles came to Teyvat, it was the then 3 moon goddesses that controlled the laws of this world.
Oh, that's exactly it. The 3 goddesses split these powers amongst themselves, promising never to consolidate them into one singular body. This was, but fast forwarding to the present, the eternal moon's marrow is with you, while the iridescent moon's marrow, which should never have appeared in this world, has been retrieved. Add that to the presence of a moon goddess in the flesh and the power of all 3 moons is gathered here in Notcry. There hasn't been an event like this since the War of Funerary Flame.
What is the War of Funerary
And it's
Flame?
having a noticeable effect on Teyvat's borders. Because I wish to give my darling daughter a peaceful, sunny environment to grow up in. Is that a good enough reason?
Kinda sounds like you're dodging the question, but it does make sense.
Well, that's one reason anyway, and the most important one. The others are a little complicated to explain. For instance, cleaning up after dearest Miss R.
Rhine-daughter?
Albedo could tell you more about that if you're curious. But right now, I have a more important question to ask you. Why are you collecting the moon marrows? I see. Nicole told me about that legend once.
Nicole? You mean Mage Anne?
Oh, so you
Wait,
remember.
what? Nicole is Mage N? Huh. So Nicole is one of the Hexen Circle. She's got blonde hair, bluish, whitish outfit. Huh.
Yes, of course. That was a story about fate, her area of expertise.
Oh, did we? Oh, is she the one we talked to in Fontaine during that quest? Oh, okay.
But back to the story of our dear moon goddess. I'm afraid her intended method of returning to the moon is unlikely to work anymore.
What does that mean?
She may be missing, but she hasn't gone anywhere. She has disappeared.
My body is so... Wait, no. It's my mind that's heavy. My arms and legs are as light as a feather. What's happening to me? I feel drowsy, like I've been asleep for too long. Is it daytime or nighttime? Is the moon out? I think I'll go for a walk. Are you out for a walk too? Huh?
She disappeared.
The day has come at last. Have I grown so weak that I can't even sustain my physical form? But Moon Prayer Night is nearly here. I was so close to returning home.
Damn.
Death is near. Is this how it ends for me? Will I return to the moon after I disappear? Or... I don't want it to end like this. So far, at least, I still exist. Even if not physically, I can still feel. But as my power wanes, I'm sure that too will fade. I suppose I might take one final look at this world. The world where I was born.
Come on, come on! Wait for me!
The Frost Moon Enclave.
These decorations, they're...
It's times like this when you kind of wish men could be priestesses and acolytes.
How fascinating. I've never had the chance to be privy to people's private lives in this way. In the past, people would get so solemn and serious the moment I showed my figure.
Karina, Lametti, it's time to eat! Coming!
I want to watch
She just
them
hang
a
out
little
here and
longer.
watch them until she completely fades away. Damn, she's floating.
So just fill these balloons with air, right?
Yep. Try a couple now to test things out. The rest can wait till Moon Prayer Night.
Think fast!
Rita!
Teasing an acolyte of the Frost Moon Scions? Surely that's a punishable offense.
A punishable offense? Bro, this is America.
Take this! horsing around. Lady Lauma gave us a task.
The task is just to check that the balloons don't leak, right? Doesn't matter if we fill them with air or water.
Okay, you got me there. And you got me there. But still, we can't use all the balloons before the festival even starts.
We won't use all of them. And as long as Lady Lauma's trusted acolyte doesn't snitch, this can stay as a little secret between friends. A couple more can't do any harm, right?
Oh, you menace. Then, think fast!
Is pumping a balloon full of water really so much fun?
Yes. Oh my gosh, she feels so fast. Is this how she's gonna move around when she actually comes out?
I'm sure you're both tired from playing all day. Come on, eat up.
A plain, humble meal. That has always been the way of the Frost Moon Scions.
Huh? How come Lamatti got a midsummer berry dessert? Oh, I always get Lockaberry. I don't mind sharing. You can have a bite of mine if I get to have a bite of yours.
Hmm? They're sharing food?
Yeah.
I've never shared food with anyone before. Even at the Harbinger tea parties, everyone just ate off their own plate. And when I couldn't finish my food offerings from the Frost Moon Scions, they'd leave the leftovers out under the moonlight for the animals to claim.
Hey! That was 2 bites! Oh,
What's up, troll
then
face? How you doing?
You can have another bite of mine.
Oh, you too.
So, she never so much as
Oh, don't
had experience
fret
of
now.
sharing before?
Here, have some of Granny's too.
So this is what it means to be family. I'm seeing so much that I'd never usually get to see. They'd never act like this when I was around. It's nice. Being able to just watch people in peace in these final months. What a rare opportunity. I think I'll go take a look around Nasha Town, too. Maybe the Traveler will be there.
If this is actually what it feels like to play as
After the War of
Columbina.
Funerary Flame, the moon goddesses were no longer recognized by Tevat. They lost the whole foundation for their existence. That's why the moon goddess's strength is fading. She cannot withstand the world's rejection of her. To be more pedantic about it, the moon goddesses did something to offend the heavenly principles, and that's why they were ousted. Something of a recurring theme in Tevat's history. Theoretically, speaking so candidly should put me in their crosshairs too, but they can't tell me what to do. I'll say whatever I want. Anywho, the Moon Marrow energies were but a drop in the bucket for her, and that battle against the Ray Hair of Solnari only weakened her further. Fortunately, it happened close enough to Moon Prayer Night, when the Kuvaki concentration here is high. That's the only reason she managed to survive this long.
What do you mean, fortunately? You said she disappeared. We're too late.
Oh, what a headache. I thought this was all common knowledge. I guess I have some more explaining to do. Okay, buckle up. It's time for another lecture. Now, I said earlier that the moon goddesses lost the foundation for their existence. The reason for that has to do with the natural order. Basically, the rationale for their existence in Tevat was lost. The same logic applies to the present moon goddess, too. Consider her existence so far. Her comrades in the Fatui called her Damselette. And she was worshipped as Kutar by the Frost Moon Scions. But these connections have now been severed, whether by her hand or yours.
So, the rationale that once sustained her existence is now gone.
Wait, we did that to her?
Thank you for the likes, Bruce.
Well, strictly speaking, yes. But let's not start pointing fingers, shall we? I'll only end up as the big bad villain, and that's not the kind of final boss I want to be. Of course I do. I'm only the greatest mage in the whole entire world. Now, if you wish to find your moon goddess, there are 2 problems we need to solve. Firstly, we'll need to strengthen the connection between her and Tevat, at least enough to sustain her until Moon Prayer Night.
Strengthen her connection. But does that mean I'll have to rally all the Frost Moon faithful behind this?
I'm afraid a bygone faith and a former home won't be of any help to her now. Do you know her name?
Her name?
Oh, yes. Names are very important things. A name is a fundamental concept that anchors one's entire existence. Then your first job is to find it. As a moon goddess, I'm sure she must have a name she identifies with. Neither Columbina nor Kutar is her true name, and she's never really accepted either of them.
So, finding out her real name is enough to sustain her existence?
Yes, I know it sounds like a small step, but every journey begins that way. So for now, that's all we need to focus on. The second problem is with her plan to use the moon marrows to return to the moon. Unfortunately, piercing through the false sky will take an enormous amount of power. Given her current condition, she won't be able to provide anywhere near enough power, even if she recovers her physical form. But no need to fret. Nicole's the expert in this field, and I'm sure she'll figure something out.
Wait, Mage N is going to help us out too? That means we've got 2 Hexencircle mages on the case. This is turning into a pretty big deal.
Actually, this is more of a side quest for me. Like you said, I'm a busy lady, so I can't stay for too long. I'll have to return to Tevat's border soon. That's the upside
Celestia
you get for looking out for my little Klee. Hopefully that will incentivize you to carry on keeping her company in the future.
I know you can look up and see Celestia in the sky, so I assume it's under the map. Like, I assume it's under the false sky as well, right? Or is Celestia past the false sky? I think it's under the false sky. I think.
Anyway, jokes aside, you'd better get moving. It will take quite a miracle for the moon goddess's consciousness to hold out till Moon Prayer Night. Oh, I suppose I might as well tell you where Nicole is before I leave. Off you go now. Time to meet your new friend. Oh, yes, and a little suggestion. Don't forget to mind your heads.
What does that mean?
What?
I wonder how Durin's doing. I should really go see him before I head back.
You really are super busy.
I most certainly am. There's so many children I have to keep tabs on just in Mondstadt. Durin, Albedo, Venti, Varga.
Venti and Varka? She considers them children? The Grandmaster and the Archon?
Klee didn't make the list, huh?
Of course not. Klee is my pride and joy. I have no qualms about her, because she's the best child in the whole wide world.
I just restarted the stream, so now I'm live on all the platforms.
Oh, yep. Klee's a little angel.
with a bomb problem.
I'm glad you agree. Well, all the best. See you when I see you.
Interesting that she considers
She
Venti
left in
and
a hurry.
Varka to be children.
Yeah, she didn't pack up her stall. Should we handle it for her?
I must say, I'm now very curious about her daughter. Klee, wasn't it? What's she like?
Can't keep up with all these names. I mean, if you play the game, you're able to like memorize them, I guess.
That's a long story. Come on, we'll fill you in as we go.
What a lively place. I've never experienced Nasha Town like this before.
Remember, if Tevat has a Geneva Convention, it's because of Alice. And she's at the border, right? Trying to keep the Abyss from getting in.
Hey, you old geezer! Your hammer's rusted through!
Who are you calling old geezer?
And you play
Are
it.
they quarreling?
Then yeah, I'm sure you can think of all their names, right? Whatever Klee does, amp it up by 1,000 for Alice. Oh. So if Klee has a bomb problem, then Alice has a nuke problem.
I'm looking right at him! You've really gone downhill since giving your daughter free reign in the workshop. Can you even swing a hammer anymore? It shouldn't take you days just to fix a single chair! You might as well use that hammer to massage my back for all the good it's doing.
Don't run your mouth, or you'll get a back massage that'll put you in bed for the rest of your life. Look, the materials haven't arrived yet, all right? You know how busy it gets in the days before Moon Prayer Night.
Klee learned it from her mother. Alice is way worse. I'm curious to see what Alice is like in regards to bombs.
I'll bet you send all the materials to your little princess. Blood's always thicker than water, huh?
All right, you've made your point, Uncle Koski. As soon as the materials arrive, fixing your chair will be the #1 priority. And Dad, if you've got time to chat...
See? Lolka knows what to score it.
I guess they're friends. But the way they spoke to each other was so ugly. Then again, it wouldn't be the first
She
time
doesn't
I've
need
seen
them.
something
She's
like
magic.
this.
I mean, yeah, but clearly that, like, you can have magic bombs, like some magical way of creating large explosions, except I assume they would be way bigger and more dangerous than Klee's explosions.
Columbina! Sing outside my door in the middle of the night one more time, and I'll unscrew your vocal cords. You hear me?
Oh, Sandrone. So that was her way of trying to be friends with me. What a pity. I won't get the chance to say any ugly things in reply.
That would be kind of funny to see. Columbina and Sindrone bickering at each other as friends. Alice made Klee's bombs and Amber's Baron Bunny. You just said she doesn't need them. She has magic. So she... I mean, yeah, regardless, I'd imagine Alice's bombs would be way bigger and more dangerous, right? Like, if she actually was making a bomb for herself and not for somebody else.
Hey, have you decided what to give her for Moon Prayer Night?
I sure have. She's gonna get the surprise of her life.
Also, Columbina's movement is
Then I'll
so
whip out the
fun.
ring and
Like the
pop
way
the
she
question.
hops around like there's low gravity or something. And it seems really fast. I don't know if it's really fast, but if it just feels fast. But like, damn. It's so fun just wandering around as Columbina. I wonder if that's how she's actually going to move in the game. Like, as a character.
The surprise of her life.
It does feel really fast.
What a fun turn of phrase.
Oh yeah, you said that. Alice is why Storm Terror's lair is in ruins. She blew it up. You did say that.
Cool, I get the picture. You can spare me the gushy details. Ooh, looks like we have a customer. Hello there, ma'am. Would you like some Moon Prayer Night candy?
Huh? Is he talking to me? Can he see me?
Here you go.
Oh.
Come back anytime. Right.
Yeah,
where were
I figured.
I don't know why, but I still held out hope.
The most important thing right now is to find that mage.
This name thing seems super important too, but where do we even start looking?
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
Damn. She's probably getting depressed.
Columbina?
Hey, what? I could feel her presence. That's crazy.
Traveler?
I think Clea mentions her dad. Someone saw crazy and went, yeah, I'm marrying that. Yeah.
Let's go! This is no time to be spacing out!
Now she's happy. She gonna follow us around?
Where are they going? They mentioned a mage and a name?
So, Mr. Varka, are you acquainted with this Nicole? Or should I call her Mage N?
Not really. We've never met, though she has come up in conversation. From what I've gathered, Alice kinda took Nicole under her wing. Taught her how to speak in a more ladylike fashion, that kind of thing.
Huh. Hard to imagine Alice as an etiquette coach.
Yeah. Alice is a larger-than-life personality, I'll give you that. But then again, that's why she's able to draw such an eclectic mix of people into her inner circle. If I remember correctly, being an interesting person is actually one of her main entry requirements. So, if you ever wanted to join the Hexenzirkel, I'm sure you'd both be eligible to apply.
I imagine Red Varka with Venti's personality for Clee's dad. Maybe.
Hey! Don't go
Yeah,
making promises
I can
on
see
Alice's
that.
behalf.
I wouldn't dare. I'm just trying to paint a picture of the Hexenzirkel for you.
Okay, sure. Anyway, since none of us have ever met Nicole, how are we supposed to find her? We can't just go up to every woman in sight and ask, hey, are you Nicole?
Maybe something she's wearing will give it away? Like, a wind bloom pinned to her chest or something.
Wait a minute. Alice never said Nicole was from Mondstadt.
Oh, true.
That would be this young lady, then?
There she is.
Hey there.
He's either just as
Sorry
crazy
to
as his
disturb
wife
you,
and
but
daughter, or else the complete
are
opposite.
you
Yeah,
Miss Nicole?
imagine he's like a super neat, uptight, like office worker type guy.
Varka, Knight of Boreas of the Knights of Favonius. Alice might have mentioned me before.
Mm-mm.
Have we got the wrong person? Sorry. Well, this is awkward.
When I shook my head, I meant, no, Alice hasn't mentioned you before.
Huh? Where is this voice coming from?
My apologies. For certain reasons, I am unable to speak. This is the only way I can communicate with you.
Very interesting.
It might take some getting used to, but I hope you can understand.
Hey, it's fine. I'm more shocked by the fact that Alice never speaks about me. I mean,
Yeah, he's kind of depressed about that. I would be depressed about that too. There's no in between, just for the other. Like complete. Yeah, he's got to be the opposite. I don't know if he's got to be the opposite, but it would be funny if he was the opposite. It's just a quiet, normal, calm office worker. Studies in his room, reads books. Pretty skinny, maybe.
As for you two, we have crossed paths twice before, but it is nonetheless a pleasure to finally meet you.
It's really you. Thanks for all your guidance in the past.
You're quite welcome. This time, things are different. We have reached the unwritten pages of the story. You might say that we stand at the crossroads of fate. Now then, allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is...
The unappreciated master sculptor, the immortal literary giant, if only they'd write, and the silent angel, yet also the orator. The instant they utter a word, etc., etc. Summary: to remain silent is to be the observer of the world.
No, stop! Alice! I can't believe it!
What?
I had a whole speech prepared. I'd agonized over every single word. She always picks the worst moments to
Wait,
ruin
so that
other
little
people's
graphic
plans.
that pops up is like a real thing that shows up in the game and that Alice made?
I'm so sorry about that. Alice took the liberty of devising some bespoke self-introduction magic for each member of the Hexen
What?
Circle.
That little graphic actually shows up for them? Huh.
But I could have sworn I deleted all of the triggering conditions for it. How did it bypass everything? Oh gosh, this is so embarrassing.
This is a very different side of Nicole than what we're used to. Is she not used to face-to-face interactions?
I theorized Nicola's D-Luke's mom, and I'm not making this claim lately. Nah. There's no way. This girl didn't marry Creepus.
Don't worry about it. We've seen that introduction magic once already, so it wasn't too much of a shock.
Please go on, Miss Nicole. We'd love to hear what you have to say, or, well, communicate.
Huh? Are they talking to this lady? But...
Will you all promise to forget that
Columbina
horrendously
can't hear
embarrassing
her.
introduction?
Crazy.
sorry, embarrassing. When?
Yes, my name is Nicole, and I am one of a very few angels who have retained both their preferred form and their power.
What, like a Sealy?
The Traveler and Paimon should be no strangers to this concept. There is another of our kind in Natlan. They call her the Lord of the Night.
D-Luke is stronger than 90. What do you mean? I didn't think I wasn't saying she's not D-Luke's mom because of strength. I just feel like they don't look alike. She's the same species as the Lord of the Night?
Alright! Paimon remembers her.
Yes. Well, I have retained more of my power than she. It's because I don't have a long-term duty to fulfill. To be more specific... no. We'll be here all day if I get into the specifics. Moving on. If I'm not mistaken, you are here because you wish to learn how one might reach the moon beyond the sky.
That's right. Is that something you can give us any guidance on?
Yes, I do know a way. It began with the Hyperboreans, who lived after the War of Funerary Flame. Blank looks. Or maybe not. It shouldn't be an issue. I'll fill in the gaps for you when we have more time. Anyway, after that war ended, the three moons retreated to beyond the false sky. The Hyperboreans were humans I once aided. They accepted the civilization and creations bestowed upon them by the angels.
D-Luke's mom is canonically blonde. We've only seen a vague silhouette though. Okay.
But despite accepting many blessings of the angels, many among them still held on to their faith in the moons. They were reluctant to accept the new order.
So what is the situation with Genshin angels? Yes, so it's the Sealies. So she's like one of the original like Sealies, right? Except Sealies is after they devolve. Created by the heavenly principles. And they were created to guide humanity. Okay.
Even after the War of Funerary Flame, they sought to contact the moon goddesses beyond the sky and receive their guidance.
But all three had passed away by that point.
Another thing destroying my theory is the manga that gives us his mother's name, Ingrid. Yeah, so honestly, I doubt we'll ever meet Ingrid. Ingrid's probably dead, right? By now? I don't know. Maybe not.
This mage has a unique method of communicating. Is she talking about the moons? Yes, but they did not know. And so, still they prayed for the moon goddess's mercy. After building titanic structures that consumed vast amounts of Kuvaki, at last they glimpsed the moons and heard their voices. But of course, they were gravely disappointed. For it was then that they realized the three moon goddesses were dead.
Oh, that's such a sad story.
I assume so, since Adelaide raised D-Luke while Crepus worked. Yeah.
It is. Humanity was in a very sorry state at that time. The angels who had once aided them were gone, and the War of Funerary Flames had left them homeless and destitute.
Just a second, I gotta ask. How relevant is all this history to the task at hand?
Well, I mean, it's... Okay, it seems we've drifted into irrelevant narrative waters.
I assume she didn't make it through childbirth, or D-Luke was a very small baby when she...
It's been a while
I think
since
when
I've
she
had
died,
the
yeah.
chance to speak inside someone's head. As soon as I got started, I lost control, and the words just flowed out like a waterfall. What I'm trying to say is... Right, yes, that's it. The relevant part is the ritual created by the Hyperboreans. The fact that they bypassed the false sky and saw the true moons implies that they successfully built a connection between Tevat
and the outside world. Which means, with enough Kuvaki and a sufficiently stable connection, it should be feasible to
Okay, so they built some.
Oh,
Is something wrong?
I just didn't expect you to summarize it so well. It turns out I could have said all that in one
She
word.
couldn't think of a
If
portal.
only I'd met.
No, please, it's fine. This is invaluable knowledge. I'll be sure to record and preserve everything in writing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we would have met Ingrid by now.
Well,
She's
in that
alive,
case,
yeah.
I suppose I could backtrack
She'd probably
and
just
add
be a
some
normal
more detail.
Mondstadt citizen.
I did gloss over a few things so far.
Whoa, 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 time out. Let's summarize what we've got first. The Hyperboreans were the last ones to use this method, right? So we somehow need to find whatever structure they built and make sure there's enough Kuvaki to power it up. Luckily, we have the moon marrow of both the eternal and iridescent moons, so we're all good for Kuvaki. Which means the key issue we need to focus on is finding the place. Am I right?
Yes. Although I expect the structure is long gone by now. That said, what if we could take advantage of the phantoms to travel back to a time when it still existed? Well, travel back isn't quite accurate. It's more like we'd be creating a handshake between two. We wouldn't even have to pick a time when it still existed. It could just be a time when it still appeared in phantom form via projection, or we could project our own phantoms, fold them together.
This sounds very complicated.
You look lost. Was that too hard to follow?
Yeah, things got a little, technical there.
All right. Let me think about how to put this more simply. Over the next few days, I'll search for phantoms that we can use. Once I find one that meets the criteria, I'll let you know and we'll regroup. By completing certain rituals, specific individuals will be able to enter the phantom and make it to the Hyperborean structure. If everything checks out and it looks feasible, we'll just need to wait for Moon Prayer Night, and we can send the Moon Goddess back home. I'm really skimping on the detail here.
I think so. For now.
Yes? Basically?
Great. Counting on you. In the meantime, we'll focus on finding the Moon Goddess's name.
My name? Are they looking for a way to stop me from disappearing?
Excuse
right.
me, Miss...
Go on, Miss Nicole.
This conversation was a little all over the place. I didn't catch your name.
I am Lauma, of the Frost Moon Scions.
Ah, I did wonder. I noticed that you listened very intently when I spoke about Hyperborean. If you'd be interested, I'd love to visit you this evening and go through it again. Also, if you were serious about making a record, it would be too risky to simply write down the raw details as is. I would suggest some tweaks. Maybe rewrite the stories as fairy tales or fables.
I remember
even
this.
Prayers.
I remember this being a thing. There's a lot of fairy tales and fables and stuff written in this game, like lore books and stuff, that are very obviously just like retellings of actual events that happened in this world. And I thought I remembered there being a specific reason for why they're always reframed as fairy tales or fables instead of just being told as a nonfiction like recount of what happened. And now she's mentioning it again. Why is that? And thank you, I appreciate it, Skinny Legend Brenda.
Anyway, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. So, see you later then? Oh, and no need to prepare anything. Just...
See ya!
Alright.
She seems friendly.
It's so nice to find someone who's actually willing to listen. I've been dying for a chance to finally go through all this systematically from start to finish. Any longer and I'd probably start forgetting it.
Now Paimon gets why Alice told us to mind our heads.
What did I tell you? A lot of quirky people in Alice's orbit.
Yep. She communicates via telepathy.
Now then, the next
Pretty
order
cool.
of business is, where do we start looking for the Moon Goddess's name?
Maybe...
Once I've heard her out, I'll summarize the salient point. I'm also inclined to review our other documents. Yes, out, but many of the more factually accurate records are from after Kutar's.
Sounds like we're gonna follow Columbina's journey through Devat. In that case, we'll start by heading to the front.
Sounds like a plan. Take this with you. I'll see about getting in touch with the Fatui. It'll probably just...
Thank you, Mr.
Don't mention it. Honestly, I'm more comfortable dealing with the Fatui than prying into the details of a young lady's childhood.
I should follow them.
Fair enough, brother.
Just in case there's some way that I can help.
A while ago, I took the time to organize all documents in our possession that pertain.
You're saying there's unreliable?
Yes. Most of the information we have was transmitted through an oral tradition. Inevitably, some of her stories were There's no sense seeking answers in history unless we can...
Makes sense. All right, let's take a look through. Almost all these records refer to Kutar instead of Columbina. Although neither...
What we can gather from these records is that the Frostmoon Scions... I cannot fault them for their earnest faith. But for all their devotion, I imagine that none of it resonated. It wouldn't surprise me if, even back then, she had already begun to
Lama speaks the truth. When I heard them call upon Kutar with hope and expectation in their voices.
Well, that's a bit complicated. And how realistic their portrayal amongst the Frostmoon Scions of today, only I know of her existence, and I alone have spoken to her face to face. As that being said, I have sensed some
changes?
Seems like this is getting us nowhere.
Sure.
Checking the unreliable sources
but a
too.
fraction of her divine might, Kutar sheared a great mass from the snow-capped mountain and cast it into the sea, upon whose surface shone the mirror image of the moon. Thus... Yeah, right. That doesn't even begin to pass the sniff test. The 3 moons are not but lies through and through. Only one moon has ever shone for us, and Kutar is her name.
The vast majority of ancient texts are filled with fanciful tales like these. I trust you understand my criteria. Kutar did not speak, merely gazing into the distance in silence. And where her clearly, whoever wrote this text never even met Kutar. Otherwise they'd know that her eyes are always closed.
What about you, Traveler? What are you reading? Come on, let Paimon see. The child wished to build a wooden nest with which to shield a fledgling bird from the cold. But being so young and lacking in strength, the Kutar was passing by. Upon seeing the child, she summoned forth the Kuhenki.
I remember that.
Not knowing the meaning of Kutar's divine intervention, the child dared not to respond. And thus, the Moon Chanter declared the event a miracle and took the nest as a relic, placing it on high for all to see. The child was named as one favored by the goddess, and was greatly respected, yet no further miracles were bestowed. In this matter, any thoughts after reading that? Yeah, Columbina probably just wanted to join the kid in making nests.
Ah. I'd originally considered this a fabrication, because Kutar did not perform any similar actions in subsequent records. But now that I think about it, it does seem like something Columbina would do.
It does, and obviously she told us
that
she remembers that.
She didn't know how other people would interpret her actions. She was probably worried about making things difficult for people. And so...
Yes.
Oh...
That's the nest she built.
And now, I can make no such gestures.
Still no name. That's a bit of a shame. But we did learn some interesting stories. That's gotta count for something. Barca said he was gonna set up a meeting with Arlecchino and Centrone, right? Let's go back to Nasha Town and see how he's doing.
Let me get some of these rocks. Those are dark blue ones. All right. Wrong way. Oops.
Let's see. There's Barca. Oh, and it's Durin and Albedo too. Yeah, this is pretty much the same place we...
I convinced them to stick around a little longer.
Ah, so you've been waiting for us?
Sure does. Now you're back. We can go meet up with them together.
Well, we didn't find out Columbina's true name.
Aha, just as well that I didn't tag along then. I'm sure our moon goddess wouldn't want every man and his dog knowing all about her private life. Still, desperate...
So, Barca was waiting on us, but what about you?
Oh, no. We already met with her. We discussed that experiment I mentioned to you last time. Oh, and she also handed me this communication device. That's right. I understand she informed you about the relationship between the phantom phenomena and Tevat's borders, yes? She wants me to help her with some more experiments on that front. She said that she'll contact me through this device with...
Ah, I see. Following instructions and making observations. Pretty common research method.
Those actually
Takes
hints
me
that we
right
already
back
know.
to
Please, Dad.
Albedo's lab.
Really?
Wait, then who exactly are you meeting?
Someone you know. Albedo's met him too. But I don't think Miss Lauma or the Grand Master have been in...
Wait.
Introductions are overrated. Especially
Hey,
in cases like this.
what?
It's you!
The Wanderer.
So, it's not like the academia has prohibitions against going abroad. Also, I applied for leave. I've been writing to Hat Guy since obtaining a human form.
Hat Guy?
I've already brought him up to speed on everything that's been going on in Nodcry.
Hat guy?
That's what I said. Hey.
Turns out, I actually have heard that name before.
Oh? Then why did you react the same way I did?
I only knew the name, not the fella. But since we're all here, let's do some introductions for what it's worth. I'm Varka, Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Lauma, Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions.
And I'm a Driosh from the Vahumana Darshan of the Sumero Academia. Hat Guy. Good to see you again, Mr.
Hat
Guy. I believe we last saw each other on the boat ride here. Mind you, the only reason I came here is because there's someone I want to look into.
Who's that?
The Doctor, also known as Dottore, second of the Fatui Harbingers.
Ooh, okay.
From the tone of your voice, it sounds like there's bad blood between you.
I was reviewing our archives and
Albedo's
noticed that a
original
lot of
event.
information about him was missing.
I don't think I was
Left a
around
bad
for
taste
that.
in my mouth. That's all there is to it. Dottore, or Zondique, as he was then known, once studied at the Academia, but he got kicked out before he could graduate.
Damn, is that the first time we ever heard Dottore's like real name?
So the Harbinger's #2 man is a college dropout?
Last we heard, he was planning something. We actually heard that a few times before, even coming to Notcry. But We haven't seen a trace of him since we got here.
He only appears when something interests him. For all we know, he might have left already.
Yo, what's up? Anonimo 123 Grand Plat. Do you play RL? What was RL? Hope you make it big one day. Thank you. Her dad might be Zhongli or something. Nah, it's not. I'm positive that Klee's dad is not Zhongli. There's no way.
But the fact he did something here at all is worth noting. It'll fill a couple extra lines in his file.
Why does it sound less like a file you're writing and more like a criminal record? Anyway, we were just about to meet 2 of the other Harbingers. Want to come along? You might learn a thing or two about him there.
Sure.
Even though they're harbingers, well, they're old acquaintances of ours, so.
Hey, thank you for the sub, homie. I appreciate
talk
it.
to them. Try to be.
RL is Rocket League. I played a little bit of Rocket League way back when it first came out. That's pretty much it. Haven't played it much since then.
I got it.
The Frostmoon Scion's relations with the Fatui remain tense. Forgive me if I do not attend.
In that case, we'll continue assisting Miss Alice with her experiments.
Good stuff. Everyone's having a fruitful time. All right, we better get going. I'll lead the way.
So is Wanderer's gonna come with us to meet up with the Harbingers? And he's been erased from history, so they won't even recognize him. That's crazy. Clea said her dad was a traveler who met her mom, Alice, and Albedo said Alice traveled with Zhongli for several years. I don't know. I'd have to hear more about that. I don't buy into that Zhongli's Clee's dad. Yeah, I don't buy into that. I feel like the age difference is weird.
Well, yeah, that's obviously part of it. But I'm not the only one who has a score to settle with him. Neither you, nor Lesser Lord Kusanali, nor I want to see him meddling with things again.
Does Wanderer even know his own? Does Wanderer remember his own past?
What's the hurry? Don't worry. Pigeons always know which way home is.
Does Wanderer remember what happened? Does he know that he used to be Scaramouche?
You made it. Who is this?
A scholar from Sumeru. They call him Hat Guy. He's an old friend of the Travelers.
Hat Guy.
Wait, this is the academia representative you wrote about? He
Wanderer is
doesn't
canonically
exactly look
Shogun's
the
son.
part.
I wouldn't say son. I know Raiden Shogun, or I guess A was making puppets because she wanted to create the Raiden Shogun. She made Scaramouche first, but was unsatisfied with him, so she left him, just some random people. He felt betrayal a couple times and got angry and resentful towards the world. He joined the Fatui Harbingers and all that. Yeah, it shows us all that in the main Archon quest. And then he wiped himself from Irminsul. So all memory of him in the world should be gone, right? Nobody remembers Scaramouche. The Fatui don't even know who their 6th Harbinger is, right? Was he 6th? I can't remember if he was number 6 or not.
I believe this will prove my identity. You'll notice it bears the seal of the Sanctuary of Surasthana.
Neuvillette is the father of the metals. I mean, Neuvillette's kind of the father of everything, right? I mean, no, he's not. He's the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, right? So he's kind of like in charge of the primordial sea, isn't he? And didn't life come from the primordial sea? Like, not obviously not the humans that Celestia brought, but like previous life on Teyvat came of the primordial sea. So I mean, he birthed. I don't doubt that he birthed the Melazines, but he probably birthed every other living creature on Teyvat too, right? I guess not the angels, not the Sealies, not the humans. All the animals, though. The fish.
Well, what do you know? So it does. All right then. My mistake.
It's fine.
What?
So as I mentioned in my letter, the Academia's got its eyes on Dottore, but this matter remains top secret. Apart from those assisting in the investigation, the fewer people who know, the better.
If anyone asks, I'm here in Notcry to pursue my personal academic interests.
Gotta say, Varka, you did pretty well to keep all this under wraps for so long. Sounds like you got in touch with the Academia about this way back.
You flatter me.
Where do I even start? Remember that time we fought Rerir at Star Sand Shoal? He sure let me have it then, didn't he? He could not care less about us if he tried, but hey! The feeling's mutual.
I'm gonna use Kale for the Dottore battle. She deserved it. Yeah.
Does Dottore really strike you as the sort who values his relationships with his colleagues?
And also, yeah, the one thing I was wondering about is, I read the manga, right? I read it, and I didn't remember ever seeing that Dottore SA'd Kale, right? So I was very confused when you mentioned that, and I looked back into it. I looked back into the manga, and that did not happen. He did not SA Kale. And I've seen other people talk about it on the internet, and it seems like something that somebody just made up and other people believed. He's, you know, obviously Dottore's a bad person. He's a villain, obviously. One of the harbingers, etc., etc. But he's not a SA'er. And also the guy who is responsible for the experiments on Kale, like the other guy in that manga. What was his name? Let me look it up. I remember. But didn't Dottore get rid of him? He experimented on her. He definitely kidnapped. He definitely kidnapped her for like the experiments. But he didn't do anything sexual. So that's not SA. He didn't get his dick out, like you just kidnapped. Which again, like I said, he's still a bad person. You're not supposed to kidnap people or like hold anybody hostage or like do science experiments on people or whatever. But he did not do anything sexual. I think the only thing, I think maybe the reason people grasped onto that is because of Kale saying "Don't touch me," but that doesn't mean something like if somebody if you're getting physically abused, like you're getting punched, like you're getting your ass beat, you get punched all the time, then you would start to flinch whenever people raise their hand at you. That's not a sexual thing. That's trauma, but it has nothing to do with sexual stuff. So he kidnapped her and was probably doing experiments that hurt a lot physically. But I don't think there was anything sexual about that. I don't think Dottore is an essayer. In fact, Sino's VA and Al-Haytham's VA are related. That's pretty cool. Especially because their characters are like close together and did like, you know, had story stuff together. That's pretty cool.
Fair point. Definitely not.
Which is why I always keep my guard up whenever he starts making suspicious moves. To that extent, our motivations align. On top of... Now, back on topic. In the wake of the Reikir of Solnari episode, Sandrone and I grew suspicious about Dottore's complete inaction during the entire affair. So we tried to find out what he'd been up to.
He never lets anyone in on his plans. The more he cares about something, the more secretive he gets.
Indeed. Perhaps he believes that by keeping a low profile, he can avoid trouble. But that trick isn't going to work on his colleagues.
Yeah, I mean, he's been researching the ancient moon's remnants. And he's been trying to get his paws on the moon marrows. Only an idiot would believe he doesn't have something more planned.
Zhongli's VA and Moika's VA are married. Which are the Chinese ones or the English ones? Zhongli voice actor. Japanese. Oh, okay. I haven't kept up. I mean, I don't really keep up with the VA stuff at all anyway. But obviously I play the game in English. Keith Silverstein is the English one. And Tomoaki Maino. Moika voice actor. Okay.
With this in mind, I returned to Snezhnaya and relayed my thoughts to Her Majesty the Tsaritsa.
That's pretty direct. Did the...
Yes. I made it abundantly clear that the Fatui's business in Nodcry is almost concluded, and we do not need 3 harbingers in this territory.
Kind of silly
Her
fact,
Majesty
sure.
concurred. Accordingly, Dottore has returned at her orders. I imagine he is continuing with experiments, which no one besides he would ever have any interest in.
Common sense might mean nothing to him, but he's not stupid. He knows that no good can come from opposing the Tsaritsa. Smarts alone won't get him all the way. He needs the Rooster's resources and Regrator's Mora, both of which the Tsaritsa can strip from him by waggling a finger.
But doesn't he have a track record of publicly following orders while going against them in private? He probably has it down to a fine art by now.
Kave's Chinese voice actor cheated on his wife and was forced to publicly apologize to Kave's fans by a Hoyoverse. That's crazy. What?
Wouldn't put it past him. We worked together on a research project once. Only briefly. But it was enough to show me that we're fundamentally different people. He has no interest in doing things methodically, stage by stage. His thoughts jump all over the place, and the moment his curiosity is satisfied, or he gets the results he wants, the only similarity we share is that once we set our minds on doing something...
Oh, we definitely saw some of that in your battle with Rerir.
Ugh, do not...
Then I believe we all concur.
Fantastic. Now this is Are you talking about the moon marrows?
Hey, what's up, Strawberry? How you doing?
He also strikes me as the kind of person to disregard experimental regulations, ruin all the equipment, and go way...
Exactly. This one time, he was running some high-temperature experiment and the substance exploded. But does he care? No. That gas was poisonous. If I hadn't... And after all that, he left while I was still cleaning up after his mess. What a waste of time. A waste of time. The nerve.
Columbina, like, touching her.
You've been bottling that up for a while, huh?
Both Zhongli's Chinese voice actor and Jean's Chinese voice actor are actual execs at Hoyoverse. That's pretty cool. I think it's cool whenever like the game company's employees are voice actors. Warframe does that sometimes. Like the creative director of Warframe is the voice actor for the Lotus, which is like one of the main characters.
Hat guy, I must say, you seem awfully familiar with internal Fatui affairs, especially when it comes to Detour.
Thank you, Lady Harbingers, for providing such valuable information. I have no other
Wait, what?
You're welcome to join if you want.
Oh, just when Paimon thought he'd finally met...
He makes quite the impression.
I'll say. I've met tons of headstrong people, but anyway, back to the main agenda. Barca, you said that Columbina has gone missing? Or rather, disappeared.
Zhongli's voice actor Peng Bo is the voice director. And Lin Su, Jean's voice actor, is a character designer. Nice, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're working on building a connection between her and this world. The simplest method is to find out her real name.
I've actually asked her that question before, but she said she didn't know. Considering our relationship, I doubt she would...
As far as I recall, she was never dispatched by Her Majesty to claim a gnosis or anything like that. The Tsaritsa's plans had long contained a place specifically.
I always thought that was weird. What could she do that the... Knowing what we do now, it's probably something related to Kavaki, right? More than likely. When she first arrived, Columbina would often go to Her Majesty and ask when she could start the task assigned to her.
Yo, what's up, Alexis Luna? And can you ask me something? How long have you been playing the game? I've not been consistent with it. Like, I had a different account back in, like, 2021. And I played... That was around the time, like, right... Like, when Inazuma started. Like, Kazuha was on the banner, and then Raiden Shogun... Or, no, not Raiden Shogun. It was Kazuha, and then Ayaka. And then Yoimiya. And then Raiden Shogun, and then Kokomi. That was the first time I played. And I got completely caught up with the story. And was playing the new Archon quests right when they came out. And then I quit playing for a while. Then when Sumeru came out, I played what was there. And then stopped. And then I stopped playing for a long time. I didn't play like the part like after Sumeru. I didn't play Fontaine. I didn't play Natlan when that came out. I mean, I started playing again during Natlan's time. I made a new account that was completely free to play. And played through most of the game up to like the beginning of Natlan. But yeah. Can you put the gift thing? What are you talking about? What gift thing? And it means we owe Zhang Li for his amazing voice talent and Jean for all the cool characters. It's nice that we have voice acting now. Because I feel like at the beginning part of Nodcry, or like for a lot of Natlan actually, for most of Natlan, there's so much missing voice acting. And that was annoying. There was a lot of missing voice acting. Because of the there was like a voice actor strike and stuff. And I'm not really that big of a fan of the new Paimon voice actor. I like the old Paimon voice actor.
But Her Majesty always gave the same reply. The time has not yet come. So she spent her day. The Tsaritsa has summoned a beautiful blind maiden to be a harbinger, giving her the third seat by virtue only of her enchanting voice. It was a dumb and stupid rumor. But
And what happened after that?
Like the gift thing on people's screen. Like the gift box on people's screen. I've got no idea what you're talking about. What gift box? I've got the game on the screen. The game and then my camera. And then it says like recent Twitch subs. I should probably fix that. I should probably have more than just recent Twitch subs. I should probably have like followers and stuff. I think like maybe donating money or something. I don't get money donations. I do have alerts. Like when someone on Twitch gives me bits, or if I get a new sub on Twitch, or a new follower, or a subscriber on YouTube, as long as the person subscribing on YouTube doesn't have their channel on private, there's like a little pop-up and it makes a sound and stuff. So I do have alerts. It just doesn't look like a gift box. It's like it got their name and stuff and it makes a sound. And you're okay with that? Okay with what? Not you, like maybe Alexis means donating money to you. Yeah, I have alerts. I don't think there's a way for people on YouTube to donate though. Let me see. Cuz I'm not big enough on YouTube to have like there's no like channel membership or super chats. I don't have like you can't super chat me or anything like that. Like I'm not popular enough to have TikTok ate part of your messages. Ah, damn. Yeah, no, I'm not. My YouTube's not popular enough to have super chats or anything. I think. How do you unlock super chats? How to unlock super chats on YouTube? You must be in the YouTube Partner Program, have monetization turned on, and go to there. All right. So, how to get in the YouTube Partner Program. To join the YouTube Partner Program, you need 1,000 subscribers and either 4,000 public watch hours in the last year or 10 million valid public shorts views in the last 90 days. I do not have 1,000 subscribers, and I doubt I have 4,000 public watch hours, but I could check. Yeah. Paimon's VA, Sucrose's VA, Kaching's VA, and Candace's VA all harassed Kenichi's new VA. They emailed him and his family threats, and you're okay with that? Well, why would I be okay with that? Wait, why are you saying? Why are you saying? And you're okay with that? I don't even know all the. Let's see. It starts with a refusal to work on the VA side, and solidarity with the SAG-AFTRA strike. This is important because Genshin and Hoyoverse games in general are never actually part of the strike. One of the more prominent roles, Paimon, who's basically the player's Navi from Legend of Zelda. The English VA, Corinna, worked throughout the refusal to work. They were under the opinion that since they are disabled, they can continue to work while still standing with the refusal to work. However, they and a few other VAs were very vocal about a strike and harassed someone on Twitter who got hired to replace one of the refusing to work VAs. Kanisha's voice. And said worker didn't even know about the refusal to work, nor does he live in the US. That's dumb. New Kenichi voice actor was just trying to get a job. If anything, I mean, they gotta... If anything, it would make more sense for them to be mad at Hoyoverse, not Kenichi's new voice actor. But also, like, Hoyoverse has got to have voices in their game. They can't just have all the characters be silent. So if you're going to go on a strike and not do the voices that you were hired to do, obviously they're just going to hire a new person. You expect them to just, like, leave the character silent forever? No, that's dumb. So yeah, them getting mad about that is dumb. Corinna gets called out specifically because of the hypocrisy, and honestly, their voice work is very decisive in the community. Others get called out for calling someone a scab when they're not part of the union. Also, the refusal to work is still going on. The deal in the strike only ended officially today. Okay, so basically you're saying is that they fired Paimon's voice actor for harassing Kenichi's voice actor. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense why they would replace her then. I mean, I still liked her voice better than the new voice actor. But I guess if we're talking about, like, who they are as people, then yeah, then it makes sense why they got rid of her. It just sucks. It sucks that she's a bad person because I liked her voice better than the current one. And apparently it wouldn't even be a Hoyoverse thing. It'd be a dubbing studio thing. Regardless, regardless of all the strike drama, I just want all the characters to have voices. I want every character in every quest to have voice acting. If somebody wants to go on strike, then replace them. I would rather have voice acting from a new voice actor than no voice acting at all. Anyway.
I imagine she stopped caring.
Yeah, however, it's actually worked to fix the issue, even moving their contracts to sound cadence. Yeah. Yeah, I think Hoyoverse should do whatever they can do to make sure all the characters are voiced. So if voice actors go on strike, that just means hire new voice actors.
She no longer seemed to care why she had been recruited, and Her Majesty never gave her any missions. So she just continued to sing in the flower garden.
Studio owned by Furina's voice actor. Ooh, that's, I didn't know Furina's voice actor owned a voice acting studio. That's pretty cool. So Columbina never even did anything while she was a Fatui Harbinger? She just, like, sang in a flower
For
garden?
my part, I was busy. So busy, in fact, that watching someone be that idol had me fuming. That she had long been used to a life of other people claiming she was needed when she wasn't.
I just felt that having a place to stay would cost me something eventually. And so I waited quietly for the day that I would have to pay the price.
And on the other end of that spectrum, you had me. Someone once told me that I had the lousiest work and the toughest luck. That's a good way of putting it. I forget who said it, but those words have always stuck with me.
Dang, so they can still remember things that Scaramouche said to them, but they don't remember that it was Scaramouche that
But
said
you've
it?
done your job exceptionally well all this time. Because at heart, you are a conscientious person.
What is it? Something come to mind?
That makes sense. Nothing screams you are needed like your name shouted from across the town.
Well, good luck with it. But if you ask me, Columbina is still the most shoutable
Hey, what's up,
name.
Natsu?
I'm just so used
Thank
to
you
it
for the
now.
likes.
After all the arguments we've had, I can't be bothered trying to remember another name for her.
Nor I.
Sandrone. Harlequin.
A Sealy.
Ladies, I thank you for your hospitality. If the chance ever comes up, I definitely owe you both a drink sometime.
I'm sure it will.
You can make your own way out. Heck, you've been here enough times, you probably know your way around better than I do. Okay, time to do what adventurers do best. Follow them.
So interesting that we're like buddy-buddy with a bunch of Harbingers now.
Here you are.
There's a Star Rail VA that needs to go.
Guy.
Griffith, Puatu, Sunday's VA. I don't know anything about that or why he needs to go. But thank you for the likes.
How come you're back so soon? Did things go all right with the Fatui?
He defended Chris Niosi, a VA who was convicted of SA. Yikes, that's not good. Yikes. Convicted, too. That means it was already proven true, right?
Fine. Dotori's been summoned home by the Tsaritsa. Couldn't get much more than that. How about you? Any progress with the investigation?
Unfortunately not. We've tried everything. Different phantoms, different locations, different points in history. But the results were the same each time.
That makes sense.
Abyssal monsters roaming the land. People crying out in despair.
Every time I see it, I can't help but think, is this what it was like in Mondstadt when Dragonspine Durin attacked? And if I fail in the task I've been given, will I create yet another tragedy?
That's just meaningless speculation.
When we encountered similar phenomena previously, I tried to interfere with those illusions, using sounds and lights to guide them. However, we could not change their fates. At most, we were able to extend their existences.
The events of the past are like fate that has been written into Irminsul. There isn't a living thing in Teyvat that can escape its past.
Except for you, Wanderer.
But Miss Alice instructed us to try to find ways to change the outcome that these phantoms face.
It's an impossible task. Can't you just refuse?
Since she asked us to do this, I feel like it can't truly be impossible. Or if it is, well, mages can make the impossible possible. I could not have been born as Durin otherwise.
But you also said that your past 39 attempts were fruitless.
That's true.
But you're still going.
Yes.
After this many futile attempts, surely you realize that you're not doing this because you still believe what some mage told you. It's because you want her hypothesis to come true. It's something you wish for deep inside. So, think for yourself about what you want to do. As long as you don't believe it's futile, it isn't.
Yeah.
How inspirational.
Previous experience indicates that we cannot touch the phantoms, which limits the... If we want to clear this hurdle...
Same thought here. Following the same rules means repeating the same failures.
So you mean we need to figure out a way to make contact with them despite knowing...
Yes, and I suspect that's something
Guardians
only you are
make their
capable
own
of.
fate. I swear, Warframe, Destiny, and Genshin all have the same
Everything in
storyline.
Teyvat is logged in Irminsul. But the withering that once occurred in Sumeru was a sign that the Great World Tree was being corrupted.
This corruption allowed things that should not have existed in Teyvat to appear. This is tantamount to rewriting reality to an extent.
You're saying abyssal power might be able to affect those phantoms?
No one's ever tried it before. If you're gonna try it, it'll take courage. And you have to be confident that you can control it.
He said Chris made one mistake and it shouldn't destroy his VA career. Yikes. 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 That's really bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. His name's Griffin Puatu. Damn, he's young. He's 28. Unfortunate. Who's the other guy? Chris Niosi. Yikes. Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm reading about it. In July 2024, he's revealed to be the voice of Mose in Honkai Star Rail. Many fans of the game wanting him recast. In response, voice actors Griffin Puatu and Kyle McCarley decided to speak out in support of Nyozi's casting, leading to Puatu losing out on a role and Lost in Limbo, and McCarley deleting his X account. Nyosi eventually stated a week after the announcement that he was stepping down from the role. So, Nyosi's not in Star Rail. And 2 other voice actors lost roles for supporting him. In February, he made a post he claimed was clearing up misconceptions made about him ever since his 2020 post. Huh, that's weird. It didn't... Hold on, where's the... Where's the... It doesn't... The wiki page doesn't post about the, It doesn't mention his, what's it called? It doesn't mention his conviction. Zach Aguilar? Isn't Zach Aguilar the Traveler? Hey, what's up, David? Strawberry, 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 strawberry. Alright. Zach Aguilar. He's young too, damn. 27. He's in One Punch Man. Demon Slayer. JoJo's. 7 Deadly Sins. Cyberpunk Edge Runner. Holy shit. He's so young and is so many crazy... Yeah, Aether and Genshin... He's... What? He's so young and has so many huge roles. Sword Art Online. Hunter x Hunter. That's crazy. Wow. Wait, he's also Mooncarver? Anyway, I wasn't here. Hey, I gotta correct you. Chris Niosi, he never actually got convicted of anything. What did he do? He admitted to, what did he admit to? What are the things that what did he admit to? Hold on. What did Chris Niosi admit to? What did Chris Niosi admit to? Apparently he's in Genshin too. And Hoyoverse doesn't hire the voice actors. So I guess that's not Hoyoverse's fault, but damn. Let's see. What did he apologize for? In 2019, female employees he worked for accused of AB was... What is AB? And no, it's not an employee. It's his ex-girlfriend. It's not employees he worked for. Oh, abuse. Okay. It's his ex-girlfriend that accused him of stuff. Hold on. I'm trying to read it and see where he admits to stuff because I want to see what he admitted to doing. Before we I ask that anyone and everyone who sees this to allow me to put some things out here that are likely to come off as selfish. Feel are very important. Alright, so let's see. Talks about feeling suicidal. Griffith defended that, and the Star Rail fans went, nope. Yeah. Let's see. He talks about how he moved to California a bunch of years ago, thought his life was over, whatever. Felt suicidal again recently. Okay. So Amy is his ex-girlfriend. So he has a bunch of letters written out to a bunch of different people. At the same flip of a coin, Star Rail fans are wanting completely innocent VA fired. What innocent VA do they want fired? And why? This is way too long. This is too much to read. I'm not reading all this. So he wrote letters apologizing to people. Ex-girlfriend, ex-friend, ex-girlfriend, another ex-girlfriend, ex-friend. Some of these it says like both, like former girlfriend and employed editor, or former girlfriend and employed animator, former friend and actor, former friend. Former fan. Alright, let's see what the rest of this Reddit post says. So he never even admitted to the serious stuff. Crazy. Alright, that's a whole lot of drama that I don't feel like reading all of, and I guess it's a good thing he's gone, or yeah, it's a good thing he's gone and didn't get the role. Hoyoverse should just stay away from him with like a 10-foot pole. Jordan Harrow, the voice actor for Veritas. What do you do? He's conservative. Let's see what it. That's it? They've want him fired because he's a conservative? That's that's bad. Hold on. Jordan Harrow. Controversy. What happened to genuinely asking? Ratio, his name, the character's name is Ratio. What? His name is Dr. Ratio. He said VA for Veritas. This is Dr. Ratio. Veritas Ratio. Oh, okay. Veritas Ratio. And what did he say? He's been supporting Charlie Kirk. Hold on, let's see. So he tweeted, basically he tweeted positively about Charlie Kirk. Let's see. I'm trying to find like all the Reddit comments are saying like horrible things about him, but I'm trying to find it like. I don't know enough about Charlie Kirk or the things he says. Let's see what here's a video.
Charlie was a man that I genuinely looked up to. A man that he was a father, and he was a man who loved
That's kind of
God
crazy.
and loved people. And I know that there are some people out there who don't agree with his messaging and don't think that he was a good person. That's fine. You can have that perspective. But
I don't know. I just wouldn't. If you're a famous person, you just shouldn't talk about anything political at all. Like, obviously, I know you have freedom of speech, but freedom of speech is a legal thing. Legally, you are allowed to talk about whatever you want. But freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence. And if you say something people don't like, they're going to be mad at you. And if you say something employers don't like, the employers are going to probably not want to hire you, and so on and so on, right? So if you're if you're a public figure and your career hinges on people liking hearing you or hearing your voice or whatever, you should probably just like avoid talking about politics, because no matter what you say, half of everybody is going to be mad at you. What did I miss, bruh? What's up, Lego My Ego? We're just playing Genshin. I was learning about some drama that happened with Hoyoverse voice actors. But I actually gotta go. I gotta go pick up what's it called? I'm tired, man. No, I don't have meds. I don't take meds. I used to. I gotta pick up Clover from work though. Goodbye.